Hi guys, welcome to Medical May. So right here in this series, we give medical students all of the information that they need to make sound medical decisions. So today we're going to be talking specifically about doing masters in the country where you finished from as a foreign trained medical student, and we'll be using Ukraine as the case study. So today I have Dr. Israel Joseph James.
Well, that felt good.
Junior here. Okay. All right. So before I will allow him introduce himself. You know, I always love to do this to every medical doctor that is on this wonderful episode. So
what is that?
The question is, Dr. Israel, why did you decide to study medicine? Look into the camera and tell us why.
Okay. Wait, I need to be clear on this question, right? Is it why did I decide to get into the medical field, or probably
why did you decide to be a medical doctor?
A medical doctor. All right. Okay. The reason why I really wanted to expatiate a little bit more was because before getting to the medicine, I did nursing. Anyway, so why did I decide to be a medical doctor? Basically, as a nurse, I realized that I practiced for a very short period of time, a short span, and then I really felt that I could do more. I really felt I could progress. Now, not taking away anything from the nurses, because we understand that for every young doctor, the first teacher you have who teaches you, practical stuffs in the hospital are nurses. Actually, shout out to them. I think last week was International Nurses Week or something like that. So, but then I really wanted to pursue, to move ahead, into medicine, because I really wanted to delve into it. It was really my passion and all of that. And trust me, also coming from an African home, it's true the parents also had a little bit of influence in it, but then one beautiful thing is the fact that it's always been something I loved. Okay, and I don't know if I've ever really shared this, but I had a sickly childhood. I was really very sick. So somehow I spent a lot of time in the hospitals and all of that. So all of this put together kind of stirred my passion for medicine, knowing that I can do more to help people and influence more lives, and of course,
All right, great. Thank you so much. So, so those the honors. I think I'm getting good responses. I think so. Not as dramatic as I wanted it to be, but it's fair. I'll catch one of them one of these days. All right. So do your introduction. I think you've said some things here and there, but let's just get to know you for a while before we dive into the main topic today.
All right. I'm Dr. Israel James Jr. and I'm medical doctor, basically, And prior to medicine, like I earlier said, I did nursing for 4 years, and then I practiced for almost a year, and then I'm currently rounding up my master's program in management, specifically health management. So I'm a child of God.
I don't like when they say this on my channel, because I would not bring children of the devil. Okay, maybe at a point I may bring professionals.
Well, basically, I'm a music minister. I'm a minister of the gospel, and basically, I summarize my life in 3 words:
marriage.
No, not marriage. Funny enough, all of them start with M. Actually,
I know what you wanted to say. That's why I was saying marriage. I was trying to throw you just there. Okay.
So it's music, medicine, and ministry in no specific order. Actually,
I can arrange for you ministry.
We can say ministry.
If you don't put ministry, we go steal you.
But for me, these three parts, or these 3 words actually sum up my life, and literally, I believe I'm ministering to people, irrespective of where it is.
All right, great. So fantastic. Welcome. So, let's be very clear. You are concluding your master's program in hospital management in Karazin.
Karazin Business School. So basically management, but then specifically it's channeled towards health management.
Okay. And you also graduated from the medical school, Karazin Medical School in Ukraine as well.
Yes, I graduated from VN Karazin Kharkiv National University. Yes, and then I decided to go ahead and pursue a master's program in management.
Okay, so I shot a video with Dr. Mayowa. And he also finished medical school as well, and he opted out for the option of specialization. Okay, so why masters in place of specialization? What do you think?
All right, why masters in place of specialization? first of all, I always say this: if whether you put me in the administrative sphere of medicine or in the clinical sphere of medicine, I believe I'm going to excel because I love both sections and all of that. You see, but then already as a nurse, already as a doctor, and then I really wanted to delve into management. Okay, because one thing I noticed over the years is the discrepancy. You know, there's always this nurse doctor fight. It never ends. Like it forever goes on and stuff like that. So for me, it was really interesting seeing all these things. So when I was done, I was like, okay, well, I think I really want to do management. Let's give management a try and then see how it goes. And then moreover, it was a channel towards health, so it's health management. So for me, it was like, yeah, let's do this and see how it goes. So for me, I always look at it from the perspective that wherever I find myself or in any hospital I find myself, you know, it's going to be very easy to manage situations, looking at it from the perspective of a nurse, looking at it from the perspective of a medical doctor, you know, also. And personally, also, one thing about me is I have a flair for leadership, administration. I think it's one of my giftings that, you know, that are natural to me and all of that. Yeah, so basically, all of this spurred my choice.
All right, great, fantastic. So looks like a real well-informed decision, and I would love to ask because for most people when they finish, by the grace of God, I hope that this content is helping people make more informed decisions. But let's say that I'm in my 6th year now, and let's say I'm stumbling on this video right now, and I need some time. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So for you say masters was more like an informed decision.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to go for specialization, but I want to use the masters as to buy some time?
Yeah.
In the country where I am or in Ukraine. Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, basically, if you're going to use a master's program to buy time, make sure you pick the right master's program because nothing is a waste. Okay, nothing is a waste. I love management, okay, and that is why I went in that direction. I love leadership and all of that. That's why I went in that direction. So let's say, for example, if I had picked, let's say, Master of Science in Medicine, is there something like that? Yeah, I think there's something like that. Basically, I wouldn't really. I don't think it will really fall into my sphere.
Okay,
into,
so what you're saying is that even if you're going to say I need 2 years or 1 year to breathe, choose a master program in something that at least you have a flair for.
Yes, you have a flair for something you know that somewhere in your future it's going to be valuable, it's going to be helpful in your career and in your ability to excel in what you're doing.
Okay, by the way, just in case you're thinking about master's program, I had the interview with Dr. Nsikapekwe from Nigeria, and he said something very interesting. Maybe I'll put a clip shortly here. Okay.
If you do your master, it's an added advantage for you if you come back to Nigeria. Why? It's because while you're in youth service, you'll be exposed to some of these guys, some of these NGOs while you're in your youth service. So once you're done with your internship, you have your masters already at hand. You start applying to different NGOs to become an intern while doing your youth service with them. You can go online. Anyone that you can actually meet on site. A lot of NGOs in Abuja that you can go to the offices, and there is one. What's that one's name? Can't remember. Something about malaria. But you find them. You can actually go to the office and submit your CV, submit every document that states that you have gotten so qualification, and then you would like to do your youth service there with them. You know, and then from there you work your way up. You know, those people that have gone through youth service into NGOs are now at least. The least starting amount, the least starting salary you can start with in an NGO is about 300 to 400,000.
So in that clip he was saying if you do a master's program, it's possible for you to work with an NGO if you're going back to Nigeria. So I think it's one of a good, it's a good choice, and I think it's not just for NGOs. I think for maybe if you want to work in administrative block in any country, you will need a master's program. And if you know that's your path already, he was saying something like, I'm going to be using Nigeria for example, and I think Nigeria can be maybe a yardstick for that African countries. Okay, and he was saying that when you get straight into the system, sometimes it is difficult for you to go back to do a master's because of course you have to consider you're going to raise a family if you want to and all the stuffs and payments.
By the way, when are you raising a family?
Israel, that's not the reason why we that's not the reason why we made this video. This is an educational video. Please guys, hold Israel. He's trying me. It's not like he has one himself, but let's just let ourselves, okay? they'll come for us in the comment section. Now, why did you start this thing?
No, but it's okay. They should come up ready. I'm waiting.
I mean, I'm not ready for. I cannot fight. I don't have power to fight. I've been fighting too much these days. I give up. All right, so let's go straight. Sorry for that. Literally having fun with my brother. Okay, let's get to the point whereby I think I've not lost this train of thought. I hope so. I want to do the masters now.
Yeah.
What are the basic requirements? When do I need to start using Ukraine for?
All right. The first thing is this: before you write your croc. Okay, for me personally,
before you write your professional exam,
before you write professional exam, it's called croc in Ukraine and I think in Russia. So basically, before you write your professional exam, before you're done with
the finals,
yes, the finals and everything, you should actually know what you want to do. Okay, you should have a few choices you want to make, decisions you want to. Paths you would like to take, right? So personally for me, I had a couple of them, but then at that point in time I was like, this is the most feasible and this is like what I think I really want to do now at this point in time. So and then so it makes it, it allows you to channel all your energy in a certain direction, in a certain on a certain path, on a certain goal. Now the next thing you have to do is that you have to be very swift. Okay, I don't know about other countries, but then one thing that is very one thing about Ukraine is the fact that at your studies, you're ending your studies, I think a month for some universities, and then for
your registration has been terminated.
Your registration has been terminated. So you have a very short period of time to be able to do everything that you have to do. So basically, and that's why you have to start early.
On time.
Yeah, okay. So you need to know what you want to do, choose your master's program. You know, it doesn't really have to be management. It could be business, it could be anything, project management, whatever tickles your interest or you know, stimulates you.
And let me just shift this in. I also think that for some people who maybe medicine was not really your thing.
Your thing, yeah.
So I think if you have the resources, I think with the medical degree you can delve into any other thing you wanted to do initially as a master. As a master.
Basically,
So I think you should do, and one thing everybody has been saying here that's been here, they're saying make your decisions on time.
On time.
So I think from the starting of when you start your final year, make inquiries, go to your deans, go to some schools like the one I graduated from. We don't have a master's or a business school.
Yeah.
So I think for such schools you have to be swift and really
very fast. I have a couple of friends who graduated from nearby universities and all of that. Yeah. Well, good thing is that a couple of them were swift, they were fast, and they were able to, you know, scale through. But then some, you know, took a lot of time, delayed, and unfortunately they couldn't get accepted.
So please do that on time. Ask your school what are the things that I need. Go to the school where you want to transfer. If you're going to another school, if you're going to another city,
you have to make inquiries.
Yes,
and all of that,
start on time. It's very important. Okay, let's get to the cost. Let's say in Ukraine, like how much does the masters?
All right. One thing I've always loved about Ukraine is affordability. Really, it's affordable. Okay, well, affordability in quotes, because really, my affordable might not be another person's affordable. Okay, so I really need to put that there. So regarding the cost, at this point in time, it's about $3,700
for the entire
program, and it's a 2 years program. So 24 months. So basically, for the entire program, it's $3,700, and that includes your registration and all of that. And that is when you do things swift. But then, if you're pretty slow and all of that, well, you know, other things.
It's expensive. You might have to pay for your laxity.
Maybe, your laxity. There might be fines that might come up here and there and all of that, you know, due to your lateness. But then, everything is $3,700. And for me, one thing I really enjoyed was the fact that I was able to pick up, you know, 1 or 2 things by the side that I could do. And all of that. Yeah, I remember when I finished medical school, I was talking with my dad. One of the things I was like, you know what, it's okay. You've done a lot from at this point in time. I think I really want to take things from here. And I remember my mom called me that evening. She was like, "Are you crazy? What's wrong with you, man? How do you say that to your dad?" I'm like, "Nah, don't worry, it's okay." Trusting God and everything. And when I look back, I think it's one of the best decisions I ever made.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people, especially in Ukraine, who have been able to pay their masters. But I think it's because of the split pay program.
Yes, there's a split pay program where you can pay in bits, but you have to do that consistently.
Yes, but I believe, let's be very clear, I believe that's for people already injected into the system.
Yes, that's already in the system. If you're coming from outside to do a master's program, you have to, of course, pay the bulk of everything. You know, on arrival and all of that. Yeah.
So that's it. I think it's pretty cheap for that program and for that time. Okay, so necessarily that's good. So can you tell us how does the program go? Is it really authentically masters? You have to be very candid, okay, and give information.
All right.
Like,
okay.
Will I get the value for my money, or am I just studying and getting a certificate?
All right. So basically, it still boils down to the individual. Okay, it still boils down to the individual. For example, there was this very interesting thing that happened during my program. Well, the pandemic started, of course, and then. So I think one of the semesters, I remember one of the teachers was saying, "So would you like to have your classes offline or online?" You know, a bulk of us that had already lived in this city, we grew up in this city and everything. We said no, we wanted to be online. Like, you know, for us it doesn't really matter. And then there's this student who says, I think the guy just came from Nigeria and all of that. So he's like, no, either he came from Nigeria, he was in another city, but he was like, no, I want it offline. Like, I'm tired of, you know, being indoors. But for me, I'm like. For me, it's like, okay.
Indoors is just bliss for me though.
So you see, we had most of our classes online, but then if you for me personally, it's really challenging though. It's challenging and demanding. But for me, one thing that was really challenging for me was the calculations. I'm not very good with calculations.
Oh, so that transition from pure medicine to then. Well, I think you can catch up now if you study and put your heart.
Yes, actually, and the great thing is this: if you really fall into an amazing group of students, for me, for example, I had I knew quite a lot of them. We did our medical studies together. So those who were good with calculations, I kept on calling them, I kept on bugging them and stuff like that. And I also kept in touch with a couple of students who graduated a year ahead of me and stuff like that. So they helped me with some materials and everything. So really, it has the value. The value is there. The value is there, but you just have to make sure you concentrate, you pay attention, and then you do the right thing at the right time.
Yeah. So building healthy community around you, interacting with other students.
Yes. Don't just get locked out, and all of that. And shout out to my group mates; they were really amazing. Every time I
is there a free shout out? You pay. All right. So I believe in Ukraine there are various medical schools. I know about. Master's program I know about in Sumy and some other cities. So that's amazing. So who does a master? We've said those who are interested in field medicine, and maybe if you want to diverge in future
to other things.
Now there's something that was really exciting for me. I saw a lot of people who were able to do MTC, and that's the Nigerian Professional Exam, complete their masters, and somebody even did PLAB at the same time. How possible is it to juggle these things? First of all, let me say it, you have to have money. Okay, let me not push you. You have to have a lot of brain. I'm sorry, I know everybody has brain. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you must be able to put in the brain work,
brain strength,
and then you have to have money. First of all, before this thing you want to say, if you don't have these two things, pray to God to help you for them. If you have them, then you can venture. Because I know of someone, right? You know what I'm talking about. That was able to finish masters, graduate, write MDC and graduate, pass PLAB 1, and as well as graduate from the masters, and I think the person is doing their house job now.
All right, basically.
So how possible is it to, let's say if I want to juggle these things, I believe my brain can take it. And,
you have the resources.
Is it possible?
Well, yes, I'm going to say it's possible, but the point is this: you're going to need a lot of financial strength and resource, and you're also going to need a lot of study time. And what do I mean by that? Basically, it's a master's program. Okay, it's a master's program, and then beautifully enough, the pandemic came in, and then it made things very amazing.
But this person studied actually. This person studied actually
prior to the pandemic. Okay, but then in a situation like this, what happens is this: you have to come in from time to time. To
flying out.
Yes, you have to fly in from time to time. To catch up with classes, to exams and teachers and all of that. You have to do. Here we call them walk-offs. You have to do a lot of walk-offs and all of that. Yeah, retakes more like, and then you have to constantly be in touch with your teachers. Constantly be in touch with the teachers, make them understand it. Just like I said, it's a master's program, right? And it's not really like a research program.
Okay.
Yeah, where you really have to be, there at every point in time. But then, so basically, I remember one of my teachers. I was really in touch with her from time to time when I couldn't make it, probably for some classes or maybe some things came up and all of that. I'm like, hey teacher and stuff. And then she was really amazing because from time to time she would pause me, she'd be like, hey, how is it doing? How are you doing rather? Okay, you're owing marks here, you know, you have to do this and do that. I'm like, okay, you know, there are many assignments you can do to catch up. There are a lot of things you can do to catch up with everything you're doing. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's something. It's doable. It's going to take you so much time, but I really believe if you have the resources for that and the brain power for that, I'll advise you to go for it. Come on,
and that has to do with early planning, and that's why we're giving you this content. So if your parents can afford, or you can afford it yourself, or you can do a split payment with anyone who is helping you.
Yeah.
I think it's golden. Like with this opportunity. If you can structure something with the school, structure something with your parents, that's fun because you know this thing. The person didn't jump into this thing at one moment.
Of course, it was
when the person put it up, I was like, wow, these are the kind of things my father should not hear.
You know, that's when African parents ask you, does that person have to hate?
By the way, we hate because they watched my video, but that the place, there's no way we could have done it. Okay, there was no way. There was not quite that brain and money. I'm not interested, Daddy. I'm sure you will come after me. So, if you have that resources, I think for me it was just the information. This is one reason why I'm doing this thing, and I'm saying it all the time in all the episode. Like, start on time.
Information.
If we've had information is golden. Data is golden. Most times, many people didn't know that even the payment you can be paying $200 every month for your masters, and you have time to work. So, let's talk about the educational time and schedule. How many hours in a week do you study?
Well, I can't remember the number of hours, but I know that you study 4 days a week. Yeah. So it depends on the semester. Some semesters it's Monday to Thursday, and then Friday you're free, and then sometimes it's Tuesday to Friday. You know, depending on the semester and all of that. Yeah. So it varies. It varies across those semesters. Yeah.
All right. So one last word for someone who is trying to do masters. What would you advise them to?
Well, my advice for you is first of all, make sure you're going for something you like. It's very, very important.
No matter the reason why you're
doing the masters, make sure you're going for something you like. I think I saw a post on Instagram a couple of weeks ago where the lady was saying that when you're picking a master's program, make sure it's something you like because it's stressful. It's actually stressful, but then again, make sure you also pick something, not just something you like, but something that's going to be important or relevant in your career as you move. You know, everyone, I believe by the time you're done with medical school, you should already know, or even if you don't know, you have an idea of
what you like,
you know, in the future and all of that. Yeah, so basically, those are 2 things, and then of course, top priorities: start planning early. Start planning early. Get in touch with people. Make informed decisions. And if you know that you want to run the master's program, or at the same time, you know, maybe fly into Nigeria
or USMLE,
make sure you structure your time very, very well. It's very important. Time management is going to be very, very key in all of this. Yeah. So basically, that's it.
Yeah, and finally, as I said already, if you have not watched this, the episode with Dr. Isikaki, he also said something needed that it's important also if you want to work for non-governmental organizations. It makes your medical degree a bit flexible. And if you have the time, especially for people who really finish early, if you finish at the age of, some people finish at 20, 21 years. By the time you're 21 years, I think if your parents have the money for the masters,
go for the masters.
Yes, and then one thing with masters that apart from if not everybody want to work, if your parents can take care of you at that particular time, it may give you that breeze and that atmosphere to be able to read if you have level 1 or the USMLE or something. And if your path is towards administrative medicine, then I think just go straight. No need for except you want to be licensed maybe at home or somewhere else.
Probably want to be licensed and at the same time, you know, function as an administrator.
But then decision is yours no matter what. So make an informed decision. Ask
questions. And one other important thing: always talk to people who have gone ahead of you. It's very important. It's going to help you avoid the mistakes that you made.
So we have to say congratulations to you. In a couple of weeks, you'll be finishing your masters in career.
Days.
Please, we'll not give you a diploma.
You don't know how much I want to defend and get this off my head.
But at the end of the day, Israel is just showing off. Only him is a nurse. Only him is a doctor. Only him has master's degree. Only him speaks English. I won't give you Russian.
I speak a bit of Russian.
Shoot. He knows some words in Russian. He knows Igbo and then he knows French.
bit of Spanish. I know chut Spanish.
Anybody that speaks French and Spanish, so
No.
I think he has a good CV coming up. So well done, man of God. Thank you for coming here. We hope that this will help people.
Please, and if this gets into the professional sphere, I beg, okay? You can you put my Instagram handle?
All right, this is Instagram handle. Hey God, his handles are in the description box below. They should contact you for.
I beg, contact if work with the NGO, anything, no, just don't mind me, but actually, really, I'm open to opportunities at this point in time.
Well, guys, I put the CV out there for you. If you're looking for someone who can, have diverse language skills and people skills, I can vouch for him. I can vouch for him. So, guys, I have other videos with him here. We did a video Growing Up Africa and Song Association, where I think he lost. Did he lose?
I didn't lose.
I know we drew.
I didn't lose.
We still have some conversations about. And also, I'll be doing a video with him soon. I don't know if that video will be out. Depends on how he behaves himself in that video. Then it will be out. So, guys, subscribe to this channel. This is just one aspect of this channel. It's all around productivity.
Yeah.
So, I'm giving medical students good decisions. There's fitness. There is how to plan your life, fun, anything you want.
Public speaking too. Very important
to grow up well. I'm that your guy. So, don't watch this video for free.
I think I'm gonna make my younger brother start watching your videos too.
That'll be nice. Let him subscribe and comment.
Yeah, it's very good. It's going to be nice for him.
So don't just watch this thing for free. Gather all the information. The least at least you can do for your brother. It's not by force, I know. It's at least like it,
just like this,
share it. You see that this thing here. So wherever it is, subscribe. And that will be all. We'll be friends. It's alright. So Israel, final words, and then we sign out.
Alright, it's nice being on this channel once again, and I'm looking forward to coming back. And please,
if we're not quarrel.
Please subscribe. Make sure you share these videos. There are a lot of content, informative content on this channel. Okay, so make sure that you share.
Hey, share the content to the So check other content on Medical Bay. Sign out. God bless you. Bye.
Bye bye.